Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your conductor today, the Parafox Archangel, and I welcome you aboard once again to the Voidtrain, where we have our lovely little conductor Terry right here looking all cute and adorable. Isn't that right, Terry? But you're not the only Terry that we have, and you'll also see that I have done a little bit of improvements around the place. So here we have the security Terry, as always, guarding all the guard in the, oh, I didn't pick that back up. In the area with all the weaponry. I've done some major improvements to my storage facility. You might notice that looks like the same, and that's simply because I ran out of materials. Yeah. As impressive as that is, I ran out of materials. But we've got our foreman here ready to, keep everything nice and organized. Good on you. Now we get to my private quarters, where I've got myself a bed, a nice little shelf, a personal chest which doesn't actually store anything, making it useless, and a bunch of chests to go with it. The regular ones, not the upgraded. Along with the cooking stove and my personal chef. Next, we have the lab, with all the lab equipment and the researching required, along with our radioactive Terry, otherwise known as the scientist of the team. And then we get into our forging unit with our engineer Terry, ready to create everything that might be needed. But first things first, we need to apply more prophecies, because we don't know if the prophecies are permanent or just single trip. And frankly, I need a crap ton of materials right now. So I'm perfectly fine with more leeches, another shark, and swimming slower, so long as I get what I need. So on we go into the great void. Are you ready, Terry? I certainly am. Oh, no teleport initialization this time. Interesting. Wonder what that's about. Well, considering I am completely out of basically almost any form of material, I need to gather a bit of everything. But I need to actually just have a quick check to make sure I'm picking up the most important things. So, I think the most important thing is that we learn extraction of acid, because that's what it said about zinc, which means we might just randomly find that in the wild from now on. So I need 3 sealants and 2 heavy copper wires. Or brass wires, sorry. Whatever. Point is, I need metal. Did I just hear something? God damn it, Samantha. What am I going to do with you? Well, I was told there'd be 2 sharks, but at the moment it looks like there's still only the 1. So yes, what do I need for sealant? Zinc and chemicals. Fine. Oi! Samantha has a friend. Well, we knew she would get a friend, but I didn't think it'd be that quick. Die. Bad, Samantha. Now where's your sister? There. Sometimes there are things you have to deal with. Like having an overabundance of leather. You see this racking of storage? Yes, it is all leather. There was actually one thing I wanted to do, and that was check whether or not I have enough energy within that thing to create myself a thickener. Because if I can create a thickener, I will be able to then use that to make thick wood. And if I can create thick wood, then I've got a source of fuel. So let's go and hope. hope that there is just enough in there. Which I somehow doubt. Oh, but we have coal right here, so who gives a damn if there's enough or if there's not enough. Talk about convenient. Ah, but there was enough thickener, which means I can now go here and create myself some sturdy wood. And then I can use that sturdy wood as fuel. And then I can use that sturdy wood to make more sturdy wood. Funny enough, I am actually running short on wood as well. I'm basically running short on everything after recreating my base. Who would have thought that basically redesigning your entire structure of your place would send you into such a resource deficit? Right then. How much thickener can one piece of sturdy wood make then, is the question. Hopefully more than one, but looking at how quickly that is burning, I'm not entirely convinced. One made 2. So it is technically feasible, although not very. Whereas, if I compare it to a block of specialized mega coal, the specialized mega coal barely budged. So what do I need? 3 sealant. What was needed for sealant? Chemicals, of course. Well, either way, I have the thickener needed for my sturdy leather. Marvelous. And with that, I'll now be able to make the leather suit. But what do I need to make the sturdy leather? 1 piece of leather and a thickener, I assume? Yep. Well, I finally have a use for all that crappy leather that I have. Hello there! It's a train! What the hell happened to that poor train? So what happened on this train, then? And what kind of glorious materials are you going to have available for me? Let's see. Iron, lots of it. Coal, scrap metal, wood. I like it, all this so far. More iron, a bit of copper. Not enough space for that. Interesting. This is a very vertical angled train as well. Let's see, more chemicals, bit of scrap. In the chest we have iron, wood, and more chemicals, and some coal, always useful. The lens glare is a bit much, especially as it only comes from a singular lamp. What else we got? Copper, more iron, chemicals, scrap, coal. Always loving the coal. More coal means we can make more big coal. And more big coal is always welcome. Copper, iron, chemical, wood, copper, chemical. Not enough space for the iron. That's it. Well then. We just got a decent amount of resources from that. I actually got enough coal from that to make a fat coal. That's always welcome. Well, let's keep on moving then. After all, I do need a ton more of zinc. As well as just metal and wood and practically everything, honestly. Right. 3 pieces of zinc, 3 unstable chemicals, means 3 sealants. Glorious. Now to just get the rest of the zinc. That wondrous precious metal. But then also take a pause because... screw me, I suppose. If there's one thing I regret, it's adding the prophecy for these pecking landmines. Aha! 3 pieces of zinc, and you know what that means? It means... what was it I was trying to do again? 3 brass bars, 3 sealants, and thus... oh wait, not brass bars, it's... 3 brass wires is what I meant. and we will unlock acid extraction. Who knows if it'll start appearing in this current version of the world, or whether I need to go to the next station to see it. I certainly don't, but let's see. Acid extraction complete. Right. The combat arena. Glorious welcome combat. Do I want to stop for it? Yeah. It's a good source of resources, and I'm definitely running low on those sorts of things. I'm sure it'll also prove a welcome reprieve from what we normally experience in the stuff. But make sure, Parafox, that before you leave, you get rid of the giant lump of ice that's currently on your back. There we go. I really do love the new luxury internals. They just look so nice. Bring on the combat arena. I'm sure it's just like it always has been. It is. I have more health now, so... Oh! Now this is offering acid as a reward. That's kinda interesting. So, can I only get acid off the bugs? The acid comes from bugs. I'm glad I researched that now, actually. Fight me, bugs. You simply can't. Especially when you're idiots and show your unarmored side to me. What's the point of having an armor-plated head if you just decide to show me your back? Now, for the sake of OCD, please tell me that for wave 15, we get 2 acid instead of... Nope, we're just going to be left with 14 acid. That is such an awkward number to give us. Excellent. Excellent. The resources are all mine. Let's have a victory feast. And then start just collecting my reward. 2 tier 2 chests, or tier 1 chests and a tier 2. Because I still consider the wooden one a tier 0. Not bad. So, the bugs can give us... whatchamacallit? Acid. But they can't be bothered to give us zinc? Well, we've got our resources. Time to head back on the track. As we look for more zinc. And only ever zinc. Tum-ti-tum-tum-tum. Upgrading all the chests. Just to store all this metal that I'm making. So much glorious metal for me. Well, let's see. You have made your thickener. Marvelous, which means I can get all my leather, my billions and billions of infinite useless leather, and turn it into thick leather. Excellent. And with that, I'll be almost complete. But I can also make rubber. And I do have the whatchamacallit now, don't I? Ooh. 2 brass wire. And with that, I can make the leather suit too. Although, am I going to make it? God, no. I don't even use the regular leather suit. I can't wait for me to finally find a function for that after I'm done burning the hell out of all of it. Well, let's now discover rubber. I don't know what kind of purpose rubber's gonna serve, but now I can make accelerated growth, which I do via making that sort of stuff, fertilizer, which I do with meat and organics, K, traction 2 for +1 train length, that's very nice and needed, and how do I make it? Rubber, 1 acid, 1 resin. Well, I can most certainly make the The rubber, at least, to a degree, but I remember that other thing being really awkward to make. Yeah, it needs sealant. But also a block of steel, which I can do now. Yeah, you're out of fuel. I can't exactly continue then until I somewhat get some more coal. So I guess it's back to the rails with me gathering all the materials. Although right here is meat, so I might be able to get the fertilizer right now. 1 piece of meat. Well, I guess I'm not getting the fertilizer right now. Or, you know, I could find coal immediately, and so I can maybe get that sort of stuff. Interesting, I killed a leech with a landmine. Another wrecked train. We're seeing an increasing high amount of them, and I'm not sure if I like the reasoning why. Mostly because I don't know the reasoning why, and thus I do not know if I like it. I mean, granted, it's useful for me, because I just loot all their crap, but... So what's in this storage bunker? A bit of coal, that's always nice. But mostly... not much. I mean, there's never really all too much on these things, but... So, we have found the Witch Islands, and we are but a moment away from being able to add yet another track to my trade. How useful that will be is, well, still up for debate, but it's useful none the same. Here we go, Traction 2. Marvelous. Now, the main thing I need is some meat for the fertilizer. But we can't really do that unless we see any bullet sponges. And the bullet sponges appear to have abandoned me because they know exactly what's going to happen if I find them. But needless to say, let's just go ahead and move into the Great Witch Islands as we attempt to... Really? I threw it too far? Why are these Witch Islands always shrouded by blasted clouds? Do they not realize how impossible it makes seeing them and getting to them to be? I mean, I understand that's likely the intention, but still. Right, here we have one of the puzzles. Ooh, and it's 5 symbols, is it? And I see 3 different symbols already. So, crab, fish, 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 starfish. Crab. Fishy. 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 Starfish. Marvelous. And I get a grand and golden chest. Man, you'd really think that would be a lot... It wouldn't give you so much for a puzzle that's actually surprisingly simple. Right then, 1 massive golden chest. Oh, I love it so. Now, I'm pretty sure there's another puzzle over on these islands, so let's just go ahead and see what kind of puzzle it is. Because it seems to be the only 3 different types. The twirling of the pictures, the vocal one, and the light beams. And ironically, the light beams are the hardest. Because the twirly pictures, the pictogram, is basically, once you know each of the pictures, just trial and error the right order in a way. And then, as for the sounds, well, once you know all the sounds that are available, you kinda... That one's probably the easiest. And guess what's ahead of me? The sound one. Alright, Rolf Lamar, what we got? That's new. That's a witch. Alright, this might be a little more tricky. Well, you are the witch, that one's obvious. The first one was a dragon, because I don't know what else it could be. Then, a castle. That sounds about right. I think... No, it wasn't vomit. I think it was sad, not vomit. And then that? Yes! Excellent! Simple, easy, to the point. Thank you, good little Rufflemouth. So you tell us... Actually, it tells us a proper story, doesn't it? So, there's a dragon. The dragon owns a castle. The dragon meets a witch. They share drinks, and then the dragon is sad. I don't know why, but I'm also not going to question it. I don't think we'll ever understand the mysterious ways of the Rufflemouth. And, well, how their minds work. Because they clearly allow me to change their name to Terry to fit my own whims. So, either they think I'm very cute with the way I just changed their names to fit me, or they're absolutely bonkers creatures in the first place. Well, either way, we continue on for our quest for good old Zinc, and that quest is never going to change, at least no time soon. Bullet sponges. Hello, bullet sponges. I know I don't exactly bullet with you anymore, but why can I not just reattach to these, damn it? I should probably rename the grapple sponges at this point, shouldn't I? Come on, one of you has to have a piece of meat. That's all I need, one miserable piece of meat. I had a Jeremy give me a piece of meat earlier. Why can't you give me one? Blasted bullet sponges. And their worthless leather. You know, this probably isn't the healthiest place to stand on my train. Ah! Hey, Jeremy! Perhaps you can provide me the meat that I need. Where are you, Jeremy? Nope, you were just a fat little bugger, Jeremy. Ah, we're at the exit. Marvelous. Well, it certainly looks like acid only comes from the bugs. Then again, it's also bad of me to judge because they might just not have loaded this particular run. Thank you so much, train. I was about to tell you, just stop. There's a piece of coal in my... And I've got this crappy ice in my inventory. You know, it's a real shame, considering how important coal honestly is, that we can't just find random coal chunks floating around the void like we do with ice. Like, what's the point of the giant ice chunks when we can just find, frankly, more ice from the little bits of ice running around? Well, it's time for us to dock at the station and likely involve ourselves in glorious combat. Or, you know, the train could stop before we make it fully into the gate, and it can be an absolute bastard. Look, the gate is open. Just go the full way in. Don't get anxiety issues just before you enter. Right, let us go. It is time for glorious combat. What the Christ is that? Wow, I was not expecting a human to be right in my face immediately. Credit to you, you are a bastard. So, if the bastards would like to come and say hi to me, I do not mind teaching them why I am the bastard slayer. I'm not even wearing any armor or like armor plates and whatnot, and their bullets tickle. You tickle! Ooh, a token. Marvelous, I love tokens. Come on, I know there's more than 3. Where? Oh. Well, aren't the 3 of you in an awkward position? There is a Terry there. I must save the Terry. Don't make me get my rifle out. Alright, I just saw a reason to get my rifle out. I think you're the last one, so eat my pistol. Don't hide behind a bloody wall away from everyone else. I'd like to kill you all together so I know where all your loot is. Don't be an absolute bastard. Yeah, that'll do. Good job. Are you seriously telling me that there's another? Shoot you in the foot. It's the way I get rid of all. It's the way I get rid of your health and whatnot. Right. All the bastards are now a little bit of corpses. Glorious. Huh, something that's actually an improvement for my pistol. That's rare. Right then, let's take a look at these then. Hello, prophecy man. Give me prophecy. What does prophecy do? Number of sharks +1. Sure, we can take on 3 sharks at once. Then you can start giving me this stuff. Another prophecy. Swimming in the void -5%. That's not as good as 15%, I bet. And another prophecy to go on top of that. Ooh, more leeches. And what about my final one? Wow, you really love the prophecies today, don't you? Alright, what about my final spin? Oh, weapon module, okay. So I can take on 4 sharks. I honestly, quite frankly, could just make myself another gun with all the gun parts I have. What kind of effect does this have? More items in the void ×1. I'm fine with that, especially if it's only 5% more slower movement speed. So what is this Terry then? Excuse me, security Terry, I must put you down for a moment to discover what new Terry does. This Terry mines resources. Oh, you are a useful Terry, aren't you? It's a very good thing I can already place I can make myself another, whatchamacallit, platform to put said Terry onto. But I suppose I should also make sure I do this. Come on, giant rare chest, what do you have for me? Well, you have a mushroom. A mushroom is good enough. Terry, tell me what the mushroom does. Or gives me. Come on, be a good Terry. Give me something amazing. Come on. Is that a table? Small table. You know what? I am perfectly happy with that. Here we go then. One more wagon. That might be the very last wagon I'm ever allowed to make, given the look of the camera angle then. Which means I now have basically a very proper train. Terry, I know there are other kinds of floorboards I can get, Terry. Give me one of the fancy ones, please, Terry. You know what? That looks interesting. What the hell was that? Luxury wall lamp 2. You know what, Terry? You gave me something luxurious, and that's generally what I asked for, so... credit to you. Okay, Terry, I really like the lamp. You know what I like, so give me some good floorboards! Okay, now that looked weird. Raider wall lamp. Terry, I am not a raider. I don't care if I've basically looted your entire family and put them to work as slaves on my train, not even paying them. And why are you complaining? I feed you! I don't feed the rest, but I feed you. Alright, one last chest. What's it got for me? Not a mushroom. Well, fine. Okay, new Terry. I'll give you a title later because I honestly don't know what I'm going to be doing with this truck of this wagon yet. But I'll do something with it, don't you worry. Honestly, my next objective before I finish anything might be to upgrade all the chests. What did I need for my next research? Oh yes, meat. So do you produce the same as the rest? Yep, you do. I mean, it's more source of scrap and whatnot, but I'd really love some Terrys that can produce other stuff. Okay. 2 bearings, 4 pipes, bunch of other stuff. 1 more research, which is the boiler upgrade for my train. Marvelous. So it really is now just meat that I'm missing. Which is kind of typical. You know what's really sad? When you spend about 40 minutes organizing everything, and then you realize you forgot a chest. What's this chest, then? Well, it's got a mushroom. That's all I care about. Terry! Fancy floor, fancy floor, fancy floor, fancy floor! Fancy floor, fancy floor, fancy floor, fancy floor! Well, that's something. I don't know what kind of something, but let's have a look. Ship wagon halls. Well, they're kind of expensive. What makes them so expensive? Okay, so after spending about an hour sorting through that inventory, it's now time to see what awaits me in the void beyond. So we have to ask ourselves, how insane am I feeling? Well, more sharks means more meat, so I'm feeling very insane. Who cares if there's 5 more, if there's a total of 4 sharks? I will take on all the Samanthas that they throw at me. I do not care. Come at me, Samantha. It's time for us to have our final bout once again. Come on, leave. It's time for combat, Samantha! Well, there's a bunch of bones around the place, so that's a good sign for the fact there's going to be a Samantha. Well, we already know there's going to be a Samantha. But the things we need are bullet leeches and Samantha. Bullet sponges, leeches, and Samantha. Now, where is the ton of them? I know you're around here, Samantha. You know what? I'll take the leech. The immediate leech is good, too. And with that, I can now make fertilizer. What do I need to make fertilizer? Meat. Ah, hello there, Samantha. Finally decided to show up, have you? Don't you worry, I think you'll find me quite accommodating. Don't think that by hiding in the shadows you can hide from me, Samantha. Die, Samantha! Now where are your sisters? And How dare you only drop me some fat? Aha! You did drop me meat. Sneaky, Samantha. Very sneaky. I should have expected as much from you. Man, they're dropping me all the meat at the moment. Ah, here's your sister, Samantha. Do you see your sister, Samantha? That is what's gonna happen to you. Now hold still so I can shoot you. Told you, Samantha. How are you feeling, Terry? Not too bad, I hope? Well, I now have fertilizer, which means I can unlock... I have additional recipes. I don't know what it does, though. So what do we have now? An armory 2. Ooh. Now that's a thing. And I can make explosive ammunition. Oh, I really like the sound of that. Aha. Hello there, Samantha. You think you can hide from me, do you? Well, you are wrong, Samantha. This is the Samantha Graveyard, and I am going to add you to its collection. See? You are now added to the collection, Samantha. Ha 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 ha. You are nothing. Nothing, do you hear me? So I need 2 organics to grow one of the special... I need 2 fertilizer to grow one of the special... whatchamacallit. Come here, bullet sponges. I need meat. Thank you. I don't think Samantha number 4 is very keen on entering the Samantha Graveyard. Can't really blame the poor lady. But I can now get my explosive powder. Marvelous. And with that, I can make special ammo, which requires 2 explosive. Which I'm assuming I make here. Yes, I do. I need 2 powder and 2 acid to make 1 explosive. Wow, that's expensive. Well, as it looks like the other Samantha doesn't want to show up because she's a coward, we should probably just keep moving onwards. So what do I need for my armory 2, by the way? 4 sturdy wood, 4 brass, 4 steel, and 2 rubber. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Other than the fact I'm running out of acid. Ah, wait. I hear that. Where are they? Apart from in the shadows over there. Or the clouds. Come here, bullet sponges. You are my meat to be owned. Bullet sponges, bullet sponges, bullet sponges. Marvelous. Now then. Let's make some... fertilizer. Yes, that's what I want to make. Well, I have to use the last of my acid to create these 2 explosive things so that I can learn special ammunition. Meanwhile, now that I've got fertilizer, I have to wonder how many peppers I'm going to get from this. Or whether it's literally that they just grow faster, and if that's the case, it's terrible because it requires 2 meat to make 1 thing, and they restore the same amount of food. Right, special ammunition. Now complete. Marvelous. How much rubber do I need? 2. Well, that's irrelevant because I'm completely out of acid now, and I need to go kill some bugs. But now that my inventory is somewhat empty, let's just go pick up a bunch of stuff from this abandoned trade. And by abandoned, I mean completely derailed and wrecked. But then again, I suppose that would cause it to be abandoned, now wouldn't it? What the hell is making that noise? Is that another sky whale? Well, whatever. Let's just move. I've got things. I've got places to be, things to kill. Man, I really want to just find one of these. You know, raider trains. I have to appreciate all the bones. I'm not even going to question where they come from anymore, because, well, this void clearly isn't right, so to speak. Because of the simple fact that we can get bows and arrows bigger than my train. So for all we know, these are fish bones. And they're just, and they're either hypersized or we're just undersized. It's very hard to tell. So how many tomatoes do I get from 6 pieces of... Yeah, 6 pieces of... what am I call it? So I get 6 fruit or vegetable from spending 6 meat. Why is it just me that it thinks that isn't quite worth it? So unless meat gets some sort of superpower later, or the vegetables do, I should say, it just does not seem worth it. Ooh, interesting. The bugs are on the opposite side this time. I wonder if that's going to influence the arena. Ooh, this could be interesting. I highly doubt it's gonna do anything to it, and that it's going to be the exact same, but it's worth a try to see. Well, you're giving me acid immediately, so I think the fact you didn't give me the acid the first time was because you hadn't quite registered the fact I had acid extraction yet. Nope, this is the exact same arena. It's kind of interesting how I'm not exactly given a choice about killing these bugs now because of the fact it's the only place to get acid. And you don't even get particularly much acid either. So I appear to have discovered something, and that's if I stand on these stairs before we start. They don't seem to be able to register where the heck I am. Marvelous. I now have some acid, and with acid I can now do... Ooh, you're giving me a mega chest here. That's very generous of you. That was not worth a mega chest. And with that, all the chests are mine. Let's get on the move, lovely train of mine. As we have places to be and things to see. Namely, I need to sort out my chemicals. Or should I say my rubber? Now, how do I make it? Resin. There we go. Max out the rubber, please. Because not only do we need the rubber to make this thing, we're also going to need the rubber in order to, you know, build the rest of it. And you've got no fuel in you. But I do have one of these available. But I'm going to need it for the... Well, I'm going to need another one no matter what, so... So you know what? Fine. Take it, you. Greedy furnace. Aha! Coal! Coal! Come to me, coal! Yes! You are precisely what I was just asking for. Ha ha ha! Grind this coal into chunks. And then condense that coal into something amazing. Now then, if I'm not mistaken, to make thickener, I need... Yep, resin and all the other stuff. Well, there's the firefly signifying a witch island, so I guess I know what I'm doing now. And if we would like to stop the train, please, we have places to go visit. Now, let's go see what these cloudy witch islands have to offer then. Now, which way do I wish to go? It looks like there's multiple ways I can go. For example, over there is where I can get A light puzzle. And I like the light puzzles, because they're the most puzzling puzzle. And I actually like to think and do puzzles, quite a bit, actually. Puzzles are fun. But let's see what's lying around all over here first. Ah, it's one of these Roflamau puzzles. So be it. Hello, Roflamau, what do you have to say? That's new. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna go with the princess first, because I don't know what the other thing sounded like. Then, I guess the butcher might not be a bad choice. Although the butcher's third. Oh, you're second. Well, that's clearly the outhouse. Then it was playing cards, and then I didn't really pay attention. Really? You are so generous with your chests. I do not deserve a golden chest for that. So what's on this island over here, then? 'Cause this one seems to be requiring quite a few hoops in order for me to get to it. I assume this is the pictogram. It most certainly is the pictogram. Ordinary pictogram, but pictogram nonetheless. There's one of them, squid. Right, where might the others be? Another squid. Ah, a starfish, a squid, and another starfish. So it looks like starfish, starfish, squid, squid. Which, given the way the puzzle looks like it's orientated, would make a lot of sense. Alright then, what about squid, starfish, squid, starfish? There we go. As I say, once you discover what the shapes are, it's just a bit of a guessing game for the pictogram. Right then, let's figure out this light puzzle. I like the light puzzles. The light puzzles are probably one of my favorites. Right, so first things first. Nothing I can destroy there. There looks to be only one that I can hit here, and it's this one, which doubles it up. Well, that can hit that, which is kinda okay. That is the other one I'm clearly trying to hit. No light beam is left untouched in the end. That is a key thing to remember with this game. They don't have random light beams going off in no-nonsense directions. So, that works quite well, actually. Has this been a really easy one? Yes, this was a really easy light puzzle. It was only 4 heads and not 5 as well. And yet it still gives me a fairly valuable chest. Well, thanks, Witch Islands. I've taken your stuff for all it's worth, and now I'm going to be heading on my way like the British colonizer that I am. And there we go. All the chests gotten. My attention subsided. Let's move on. Well, hello there, train. You always contain little coal chunks, and that's kind of all that I need in order to continue supplying my lab. However, besides that, I already have enough things for my research. Go for the armory! Glorious. And now what do I unlock? A medium backpack! Oh, I've been needing you. As well as mineral oil. Interesting. Gasoline. And then gasoline gathering. Huh. I can just find random ass gasoline in the world. That'll prove interesting. Well, let's see what the train has to offer me. Da-da-da-da, we're looting everything. There we go, that's all I need. And with that, I can make more concentrated coal. Glorious. Thanks, train! I hope your death wasn't... Why am I randomly stopping? Oh, I had a coal available on the thing already. Huh. So I could have just made everything effortlessly anyway. Huh. Well, you live, you learn. And then I never learn. Stop, stop, stop the train. Stop, stop, stop the train. Stop, stop, stop the train. We just passed some coal. Stop, stop, stop the train. Stop, stop, stop the train. Huh. I just hit a mine. And my train didn't care. Oh, it wasn't coal, it was bloody ice. So what's the point of mineral oil then? And how, where do we learn it from? Mineral oil. An ingredient needed to create useful items and substances. Is it? Honestly, I think the most important thing I need to learn right now is that. And I do have the rubber for it. Do I care about making a whatchamacallit? An Armory Mark II? Probably not, because it talked about coal extraction, and I know that's not in the game yet. So tell me. Unlock extraction, lump of gasoline. Gasoline crushing. So that's something we have to use the crusher for. Which then logically means that this is also made in the crusher. We've almost advanced from steampunk to dieselpunk. We don't seem to be that far off. So either way, moving on now. I know there's mines ahead of me, but I kind of saw us hit one out the way. And I'm kind of interested now whether we're allowed to just do that. In general. Like, does anything happen from me actually letting us hit a mine? Well, that just bashed out the way, so... What if I hit this one? I feel I'm playing a very risky game right now. Gonna guess you blow up the moment you hit something, right? Why is there always a leech in the middle of the minefield? Is it just asking to die? So minefields apparently aren't that big a deal. Noted. Coal, however, is a big deal. Although we're not interested in coal right now, we're interested in gasoline. Show me the gasoline! And why it's a bloody chunk and not a liquid. I'm not sure if they've implemented, like, raider trains into the game yet. Which means, besides research, I'm not sure how much more this train has to offer me, which is quite unfortunate. I was about to say, I swear to God, if you stop right now, train. Terry, I know you're in the front seat, but that doesn't mean you can stop my train whenever you like it. If you keep this up, I'll kick you out. Ah, well, there's the station. Which means we are on our way to another stop. It's a shame, though. It might be our final stop. For the time being, at least. Ah, coal. Right at the very end. You can't hide yourself from me, coal. But for now, we take on the station. Full speed ahead, if I could actually go any faster, you know. Because a train is very expensive to refuel. Do you think we're gonna have some combat in there, Terry? We didn't on a station ago. We might be able to avoid combat. Hey, Tyrone, are there enemies in there? I'd prefer if there weren't. Yep. Took me a moment then. Took us both a moment to realize, wait, who's that? That bastard didn't drop anything. Can you at least drop something unlike your friend? Yeah, I suppose your gun will do. Who do you bastards think you are, by the way? Trying to just steal from us good old folk who just, you know, want a pit stop away from from everything, you know? Who are you to decide whether or not? You know what? Fine, fuck you. I got plenty of ammo. Yeah, you realize you fucked up. Now, don't you? The moment I bring out the big gun, it literally only takes 2 shots to kill you. Whereas I am a bulletproof god. I'm not fighting you if you're upstairs. Come down so I can loot you easier. I'm that lazy. I love how shoot them in the leg is the tactic. Yeah, it took you a while to finally get to me, didn't it, Mr. Grenada? Well, it's time to loot everything. A little bit, at least. They done dropped a lot of guns this time. Ooh, that's quite special. Well, because I know no one really cares about the organization bit, and frankly, I don't blame you. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. Let us just spin the wheel with our gambling, see what we get. But a little bit of wood, who cares? Give me something interesting. That is even worse than the wood. That was. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Sure, that's the most interesting thing. And it's a minefield. I don't care about a minefield. What's your prophecy? Think of the void. Swimming speed. Again. I'm not going to be able to move in the void soon enough. Well, now for the next only important bit. Releasing the chests for mushrooms so that they can tell me what kind of benefits I possess. Give me mushroom. Terry must feed. And provide me some good decor. There you go, Terry. Eat. Enjoy. Provide me something I might like myself. What the Christ kind of bullcrap is that? Raider wall shelf. Why is that a raider wall shelf? Feed, my Terry. Give me the luxurious stuff. Well, that looks weird. Ship lamp 2. Huh. Yeah, that certainly looks weird. Okay, Terry, let's try this again. Go. Now that is an okay looking chair. I'll grant you that, Terry. I'm still looking for some nice looking floorboards, you know, like a luxurious carpet. You've given me a raider carpet, so why can't you give me a luxurious one? Come on, Terry. We want a carpet. You want to provide me a carpet. Don't you, Terry? Come on. Do it. A carpet. A carpet. Something nice. Luxury lamp. You know what? Fine. You gave me the luxury. That's technically what I asked for. Not quite in the quality that I wanted, but still. Okay, Terry. This is the final mushroom. Please. Something useful. Please? Come on, Terry. You know you love me. A regular wall lamp. Terry, what am I gonna do with you? Oh, well. Well, I guess there's this chance, but the chances of this having a mushroom is very small, so... Ooh. And apparently that very small pays off. Alright, Terry, one final mushroom. Here for mushroom, please. Make it good. That actually looks kind of cool. What is it? Raider shelves. What makes it Raider? They look cool enough by themselves to not be a Raider. I find it I find it quite annoying that all the Raider stuff actually looks really, really cool. Maybe I should just tear down these luxurious walls and take on a life of piracy if they get all the really cool stuff. Well, everyone, I'm all out of time for today's episode, so what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.